I am in the Salt Lake City airport. I'm going to Steubenville Lone Star, which is awesome because it's a new Steubenville, and I think I'm going to hit 25 conferences this summer. And I love doing new ones because it's like fresh and new and exciting. But also, this Steubenville sold out in 4 hours. I guess there's over 3,000 people. There are over 3,000 tickets gone in 4 hours. So I have a feeling that there's going to be some pep from the people involved this weekend. So can't wait to get there. I'm on my way. Dallas, here we come. Officially finito. I am in the Minneapolis airport now. Just go from airport to airport, but had the most awesome dance party last night I've probably ever seen in Steubenville before in my life. Loved every second of being in Texas. Steubenville Lone Star. 3,500 with 2,000 on the waiting list. Texas knows how to bring it. Hey y'all, Emily here. I am in the midst of a crazy summer, but I wanted to answer a question. I've gotten millions of questions, maybe not millions, but many. And I'm trying to get to all of them, and I'm sorry that I'm not answering a lot of your emails and getting to your questions. My inbox is flooded, but I wanted to answer a question today that I get a lot that I hope will be helpful for a lot of you. Dear Emily, I'm getting ready to start college as a freshman, and over the past 2 years, my relationship with God has really grown. I really want to make an effort to live for God during my college years and not get influenced by modern culture. That being said, I want to know your thoughts on partying. I know that not all parties are bad, but I feel like the majority of college parties are because there is underage drinking, drugs, and sex. Do you think that attending college parties is bad? It seems like everyone is going to them, even Christians, so that's why I wanted your advice on what to do. So, is it bad to go to parties? My question when young people ask me this question is, what do you want for your life? What do you want for your life? Do you want good things? Do you want bad things? Do you want mediocre things? Do you want questionable things? What do you want for your life? When I was young, when I was in high school and going into college, I decided that I wanted good things for my life, that I wanted to choose virtue, that I wanted to choose faith, and that I wanted to be on a path that led me to good things. That is this decision that I made. And within that decision, I factored in partying because I went to Arizona State, which was one of the biggest party schools in America. And I thought, I'm going to have to make choices that are good for myself, good for my health, good for my faith. And parties is not included in that. Because do I want good things? Yes. Am I talking about, let's go over parties. Parties, I'm not talking about your grandmother's 4th of July barbecue. I'm talking about parties by the cultural sense of the word. Parties that involve alcohol, that involve drugs, that involve sex, that just don't involve good things. All of those things is the world's definition of partying and going to parties. So I look at that. Are those things that are going to lead me to good and lead me to virtue? No, not at all. in any way, shape, or form. So I made that decision. I'm not going to go to parties. What good is it going to lead me to go to these things? So how did I deal with that temptation of the party scene as someone who decided that's not something that I wanted to do in my life? First of all, I went into college knowing what was good for me and what wasn't, and I had a solid foundation of choices that were positive and negative, and I decided what I would do in my life and what I would not do. Secondly, I learned to let go of what other people thought of me, because we could spend our whole lives worrying about what other people think. But ultimately, it's not their lives, it's our life. So the decisions that I make directly affect me. And you may be influenced by all kinds of people and peer pressure and all these things. These people who are pressuring you to do these things, to go to these things, the decisions that you make will not directly affect their lives for the most part. A lot of people go with that and say, well, like, what if I go to parties and I just don't drink? Good question. Did I go to parties and just not drink? No, I stayed away from those things, because is it uplifting to watch other people make bad decisions for themselves? No. Do I want to be around that? No. Most people that I talked to didn't come back from parties and say, wow, that was such an uplifting and inspirational experience. I'm so glad I went to it. Most people, their stories about going to parties were just pathetic and depressing and just really, really sad. So I didn't want to be around that. So of course I wasn't going to go to parties and not drink and just watch everyone make bad decisions for themselves that were most of the time negative. Is there fun that people have at parties? Maybe. But was most of it, the stories that people brought back, just sad? Yeah. Did I see my friends get in a lot of trouble for being at these things? Yeah. Was most of what came out of them negative? Yes, the majority of it. Number 3, I found friends that didn't want to go to these things either. There are plenty of people who don't want to participate in this stuff and who want good for their lives as well. There's plenty of them. Sometimes they're hard to find, and they were really, really hard to find when I was in college, but I was patient and I found them, and they were so worth finding. Was there plenty to do on the weekends during the week other than go to parties? Absolutely. There's plenty of things outside of parties that you can do that's super, super fun. I got involved with the Christian organizations on campus and the Newman Center, and we did all kinds of fun activities on the weekend. Anyone in your life who is pressuring you to do things that you don't want to do, or come to parties or drink or whatever, those really aren't your friends. Sorry, newsflash. They are not your friends. Your friends have your best interest in mind. That is what friendship is about, is having the best interests of the other in mind. And not pushing them, prodding them, trying to influence them, but wanting what was best for them. So I found people that were like that, and I found people who led me on the road to virtue and good things. And for them, I am very, very grateful, because they helped me stay on the path that I was on and the path that I wanted to be on. Sadly, I have a lot of friends, especially when I was in college. I had a lot of friends who had great and terrible regrets from things that they did at parties, from things that never would have happened had they not been involved in the party scene or gone to parties. I was at Arizona State, and on the regular, we would be walking, and there were paramedics, treating a girl who was so drunk and lying on the ground that something had gone wrong and she couldn't stand up. That is not fun to me. That's not fun at all. And it was very, very sad to watch people give into that life in college. Do I judge them? Absolutely not. Their decisions affect them. My decisions affect me. So do I hold judgment of people who are at parties, who go to parties, this and that? No. No, not at all. I'm choosing what I want for me. They're choosing what they want for themselves. But do I have friends who have heartbreaking regret about choices that they made because they went to parties, because they were under the influence of alcohol, because they were under the influence of weed, whatever? Yes. And it breaks my heart for them. They've chosen, different life paths now that they've had to learn from their mistakes. But I don't want you guys to have to learn from your mistakes, because you can choose good right from the start. You don't have to choose bad in order to choose good. You can choose good, choose a path that is good for you, and stick on that path. And you don't have to stray from it in order to learn life lessons or in order to gain life experience. You can choose good and be happy and not have painful regrets. So are parties bad? Should you go to parties? Should you not go to parties? My question for you is, what do you want for your life? Only you can decide. I can't decide that for you. You have the power to make the decisions in your life. Nobody else, just you. That is all for today. I will see you next week. This weekend, I'm going to New York City. That'll be in Kansas next week. So forgive me. You can still send in your questions. I'm still looking at all of them. I'm still trying to get to all of them. I do have a giveaway going over on my Instagram, at mwills, EMWILSS. So if you go over there, you can get in on the giveaway bundle that I am sending out to someone. You're awesome. Choose good for yourselves. I believe in you, and I love you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.